Right, so I'm not even going to get changed out of my clothes. Like, I mean, out of my pyjamas and what I've slept in. A recent post has been going around Team Shades and on, I think it was Kilmarnock or Hereford chat, about a certain paedophile who has moved to Hereford, and everyone who knows what my name was prior to what it is now will know who I'm talking about. I'm only doing this video to get my side out because everyone who's called me a liar and battered me and ruined my life since I was only 11 years old, all in, because it's been just under 2 years it'd all been going on for. I actually had still to this day get passing comments about it, but I thought that after 10 years that I got away from every single last bit of it. You know, I hadn't heard from him, I hadn't heard from anyone to do with him. I just heard people that like heard the story and wanted to give me crap. So I'm going to skip ahead a little bit to explain why I sound so horrible. I've not really been able to drink anything. I've not ate today. I haven't really drank much today. I'm not living off nicotine, and that's it. But even then, I'm barely touching my vape. So if I sound groggy and clear my throat, that's why. But I do have ADHD, so I'm going to be jumping back and forth a lot in the story. I'll go from one thing to another really quickly, so if my story doesn't add up, it does. I just jump ahead around a lot, so I have to quickly stop and correct myself, because I remember everything that happened, I just never remember it in order, so I have to, you know, piece it together properly. So since before that relationship, I had been abused a lot in school and at home and things, you know, mentally, emotionally, stuff like that, mainly verbal. But second school, I just about to start first year. I had Facebook from a young age, and this person had added me on Facebook, and you know, you get the highs, how are you, what are you up to, all that. Then he asked me what age I was, and I told him I was about to turn 12. I literally said about to turn 12, so obviously I'm 11. And he said to me what age he was, which if I remember right, I think he was 17 or 18 at the time. And if you see me going out of the picture for a minute, it's because I'm taking a shot of my vape bio, because obviously this is hard to talk about. I've never outright spoke about it like I'm the now. So anyway, so that friendship that started there turned into a relationship. Well, to me, in my eyes of an 11-year-old girl, that turned into a relationship. But by that point, I think I was already 12, and there was pictures and videos exchanged that of the sexual nature between me and himself, of each other, and there'd be video calls of me doing things that he told me to. One of the things that went around was a video, but I'll get to that part later, of me using a handle of a hairbrush, and that was not by choice. That was due to something that he said to me, and there was threats involved. So after all this, he tried to meet me, and I was at my grand's house. Thankfully, my gran and my auntie ran outside and told him and his mum that he's not picking me up, it's not happening, I'm a child. And then obviously they drove away, everyone was fine. I continued to message him on Facebook, and I was like, I'm so sorry I tried, because I felt guilty that I couldn't jump in a car with this older man and his mother. But then obviously I can't remember how much time had passed at this point, but it wasn't too long. He told me to sneak out the house, and I was to meet him at Kilmarnock train station to bump the train with him to Stirling, which I was scared about doing because I'd never bumped a train before. I was 12, for God's sake. I got down there, you know, kisses, hugs, all that. Got on the train, bumped the train. Got to Stirling, and he told me that if any of his friends asked, I'd say I was 17, because obviously I was a child. And, you know, whatever he said went, because I didn't know any better. I just believed the older person who's the adult should know better. So I said to everyone that I was 17, and then it turned out one of his friends, not his friend anymore, that I recently found out, but someone who was his friend at the time went to the same school as me and started pulling me up about the fact I was lying about my age. And I messaged this person to say, look, your friends just caught me out, they know I'm lying. And he told me to tell them that I was actually 16 and I lied about my age, so the age gap didn't seem bad. So I did that. As I said, I did whatever he told me to do. And the person still didn't believe me, but they left me alone. So that was good enough for us at that time. Eventually there was a sexual relationship between me and himself, which in my eyes at the time started off as consensual, which obviously it wasn't because I wasn't of age to consent, but you get me. In my eyes at the time, it's what I wanted. A few months after that, it started getting a bit funny, and he proposed to me literally on his street in Stroton with, I think he said it was a ring of his mum's or something. And, you know, you can imagine, 12-year-old girl, I'm like, oh my god, yeah, this is sweet. So I went with it. And it wasn't too long after that that happened that there was an instant where I was cuddled up to him, and he was like lying straight down the bed, and I was lying on him with my leg like over him. His friends had came in because we were going to be drinking that night, and I believe there was 3 of them. 2 of them went to go to the shop, 1 stayed. The one that stayed came round and sat on the bed behind me, and I was under the covers cuddling to Mark, and his friend put his thumb up my rectum, and I whispered to my partner, your friends just did that, and his exact words were, what am I supposed to do? And both of them proceeded to get worse. It gets graphic, and that's not for Facebook, so you get me. There was a lot of things involved in that relationship. Once we eventually split up and I got away from him, which was only thanks to one of my best friends that I'll tag in the video, Shane Duncan. He got me through so much of that relationship, and he protected me from him. He stood up for me with him. He is one of the biggest thank yous that I have to give anyone. He's actually the one that I've got the matching tattoo with. Once we broke up, as I was saying, I got away from him. I went to school as normal. I was getting bullied as usual, because to everyone's knowledge, I was just some slag that was sleeping with an older guy, thinking that was cool. Instead of realising that in reality, I over-sexualised myself as a child because it was all I knew how to do, which still to this day, people don't even question why I thought that was normal, why that was okay. Instead, they just go, right, you're a slag. Not, you were traumatised from a young age. Like, I was always to blame. And never seen as you've had some horrible shit happen to you, and that's all you knew at the time and thought was normal. Obviously, as an adult now, I realise it's not normal, and I'm still working on it. But it's not as simple as just going, right, I know that. You actually have to put in the work. So even though you believe it, your brain has to believe it too, and it's hard. I've been through psychiatry and meds and therapy and God knows what else since I was around 12 years old. And when I was 12, I got told there's no point in me being there because I'm just getting worse. And I believe it was just last year, I was told that they want me to go for private therapy because my case is too complex for NHS resources. And obviously, because of all the bullying, I had to leave school early. I had to leave halfway through 3rd year. I don't exactly have that many career opportunities. I can't sit in college because everyone knows about me and wants to bully me and give me shit and whatever else. People that don't even know anything about me, apart from just assuming that I'm the slag that's went about and done all this stuff. so I can't even try and get the money to go through private therapy. So for the rest of my life, I am stuck with being the way I am. I have been diagnosed with ADHD, anxiety, depression, EUPD, CPTSD, and PTSD. And I'm still undergoing diagnosis for other things, but it's difficult because I'm not able to be treated for any of them because I'm too complex. But anyway, I went off track. So a year after we broke up, I got a message from someone from school saying that they found a video of me on Pornhub, and in the video alone, I was only 11 years old when it was taken. But he posted it obviously a year after we broke up, so he's kept it. He also had videos of me and him sleeping together on his tablet, but I don't know what happened with any of that. Probably one of the things that got him caught up with the police because I told them about that. But anyway, sorry, I'm kind of feeling shitty. So I found out about the video and I went running down to my parents, told them what I'd found out. And I was crying on my stairs and had an actual pain in my chest. And Mum called the police showed up and I had to stand in the hallway while the police watched the video. It was on Pornhub in front of my mum. And they had to have the volume up even though I asked them to have it down. So Mum had to sit and listen to it. And so did the police officers. Obviously that was it for a bit. He got to jail and all that stuff, and I thought, okay, maybe I'll get left alone now that I've got proof because they pled guilty and stuff. Maybe now people will stop bullying me and call me a liar. But it actually got worse because friends started sending me threatening messages. Again, I was still a child at this point. I was about 14, 15. And people that didn't even know him, that just wanted to believe him over me, started bullying me as well. I've always been the liar, and I'll never see myself as a victim because I don't want to give them that power to say that they have a victim. I just don't. The fact that this person has moved in around the corner with someone that I called a friend for years, and all I'm doing is sleep, and this is definitely too much information and it's really embarrassing to admit it, but the first time I woke up last night I'd actually peed myself in my sleep because I am that scared that he is round there, knowing that he's less than a 3-minute walk away from me with my pal who knows exactly where I live. It is terrifying knowing that they could just show up whenever they want, whenever they please, and I'm home alone during the day so my partner's at work. I know that this video is going to be posted on Facebook indefinitely, and I've not put in any effort to have a look, but I can't. I'm drained, I'm done, and I'm emotionally and mentally done. It is so fucking hard, and I actually got a message today from someone who admitted that they used to give me shit for it all, but they apologised, and even went as far, and it actually melted my heart a wee bit, they went as far to ask me what I prefer they called me because I've changed my name since then, and they've been so sweet and so kind about everything. And I just want anyone who did know me back then, that if you were one of the people that called me a liar or bullied me or whatever, I'm not going to hold it against you if you did apologise to me, or if you just change your mind that you don't believe his story anymore. I'm not gonna be like, well, you fucked my life, so fuck you. I've never done that to anyone. I'd never do that to anyone. I'd accept your apology, but please just understand for future reference that it's been a mixture of him and everyone who's called me a liar and bullied me and stuff like that for that has ruined my life. I've done the best that I can to try and fix it. I've been forced myself to go to therapy and take medication I don't even know the name of, and I've done everything that I can think of. I've even tried to volunteer and to get me out of the house just to be doing something in society that's useful, and I can't even be useful in that sense. I've lost people I've cared about because of all of it, and It's quite literally a living hell. I don't really know what else I'm going to say in this video, to be quite honest. I can't even remember why I started making this video now. But I feel sick to my stomach, I'm dizzy, all I want to do is sleep, because I don't want to be here, especially knowing that he's literally around the corner. It's really unsafe, and my hair says she's getting all yucky at the back because yesterday I was trying to tear my own hair out, and my eyelashes that I got done about a week or two ago are ruined from all the crying. I don't even remember why I started making this, I'm sorry. That's basically the story. He definitely took advantage of the fact that no one liked me. And he took advantage of the fact that he got me to tell people what my age was instead of him, because then he could say that I liked him as well, which was not the case. He knew my age before he even had a full-on conversation with me. Like, he had the "how's, how are yous" and "what you up to's," and then he asked me my age. We didn't have a proper conversation. I told him my age. I hate it. I hate that my entire life I've been called a liar about him, and now someone who's meant to be my friend is calling me a liar, standing up for him, dating him and having this baby. It is killing me on the inside. All I wanted was to be away from him. I don't care about anything else. I don't care where he goes or what he does. I just want him to be away from me. I would say that I ask for much. I just want him gone. I'm actually going to end this in a second because I don't want to be crying on Facebook and get told I'm an attention seeker again like I did years ago. But I just want to clarify that I'm grateful for everyone who's popped up, who's seen it, that used to bully me for it, and apologise. I am really grateful. It does mean a lot. It doesn't fix anything, but it lets me know deep down that I wasn't just being a stupid wee lassie that was talking shit. Like, also I knew I wasn't, but it's nice to not be made to feel like I was. If you've went 17 minutes listening to me, thank you. But I just want to get that out before I end up with people at my door threatening me and stuff again, because that's what happened before. And now until he's moved, I'm going to be sitting in my house terrified to move. So till he's gone, I'm just going to be here. I hope everyone has a nice day though. And again, thank you for listening to me.